To get the hypothesis test components in Minitab, I'm going to first click on my Stat menu and choose Basic Statistics and one sample Z. And I'll have an option to either run a hypothesis test on the raw data if I had entered that into columns. For this particular problem, we have the summarized data. I'm going to enter the sample size, which was 103, and the sample mean was 21.6, and the standard deviation was 7. And I want to click on Perform Hypothesis Test. So the hypothesized mean is the population parameter from the null, and that was 22. Okay, now I'm going to click on Options. In this part, I can choose my level of confidence because Minitab will give you the confidence interval along with your hypothesis test components. So I'm going to change that to 98 because our level of significance was given to be 0.02. And then I want to change the alternative to less than, because if you remember, the null hypothesis was mu greater than or equal to 22, so the alternative will have to be less than. Okay, that's different than StatCrunch. StatCrunch just defaults to the null being equal and the alternative being not equal. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK and then click on OK again. Okay, so here are the results. We have our test statistic as negative 0.58, which is what we got when we did this by hand and with the calculator, and the p-value of 0.281. Now, one thing to notice that is if you had not chosen to change that alternative hypothesis and left it as not equal, then that p-value would be doubled. Okay, so you always have to multiply your p-value by 2 when you're doing a two-tailed test. This was a one-tailed test, so the p-value is going to remain at 0.281.